So today someone asked me if we're saying Tachnun, and I told him that in our shul anyway, Sfarad, they don't say Tachnun on Sunday. With that needs a lot of Iyun. But I wanted to say a response that I saw actually. They asked of Kahanim and Zichrono Livracha, the Rosh Hashiva Panovich, if he says Tachnun on Yom Yerushalayim. So B'chochmasa he said, I do exactly what Ben Gurion does on Yom Yerushalayim. He doesn't say Hallel, and he doesn't say Vidui. So, Baruch Hashem, that's a nice comical way of answering. The day of Yom Yerushalayim becomes a very emotional contention between Jews, and that's the saddest part about any day on the calendar year. However, really, even by the Gdolei Yisrael, although Yom Ha'atzmaut was much more of a controversy, Yom Yerushalayim was treated very differently, and really the best thing to do is speak to someone who lived. I wasn't born yet, but if you speak to someone who lived during 1967, the hargoshas, the emotion, the sense that there's Einol Milvadai. It's Kedai. There's a video of Rabbi Yosef that speaks about Yom Yerushalayim. Rabbi Yosef, who was a Pesach Hador, and although I don't think he said Hallel, and you could look it up. I'm sure someone will chat me later. From what I understand, most Gedolei Yisrael throughout the history did not specifically say Hallel with a bracha, although I saw someone quoted of Chaim Shmulevitz. We'll get back to that in a moment. But certainly, you listen to the words of Rabbi Yosef describing how much of a koros tov we must have. The fact that you don't say Hallel, that's a halachic discussion. It's so important to separate the two. But whether you should be makir tov for what we have now because of Yom Yerushalayim, the fact that we have Yerushalayim, with the fact that we go to the Kosa, we so easily lose appreciation because it's so easy. It's something we do so often. He describes the war itself. In fact, he says that he was asked by one of the main generals to go and give chizuk. You have to realize that the world, even within the Jewish world, Mamish thought it was over. And he says he went and I think he quoted a pasuk, Mefoit said, Sloim. He said that's a Rosh Tevos, Syria, Lebanon, Yarden, and Mitzrayim. Really, they were basically surrounded by 7 nations. It was mamish. It looked like it was over. And Rabbi Yosef says the nisim geluyim that they saw, both in Chel Avir, that means in being able to shut down all the planes and the warplanes of the other enemies, and then the last day, which also was unexpected, to go into Yerushalayim and to conquer back Yerushalayim and the Kosa was something so miraculous and so emotional. One of the sad parts, I think of Amnon Yitzchak speaks about this a lot, is that right afterwards, maybe it's a day too later, there were newspapers. Instead, I'm sure there was a lot of thanking God, but many places and the newspapers wrote something to this degree, Israel ha'ma'amatzah, which basically means the 5th strongest army. Really, they had no army. Ask anyone, they had barely any army. It was so clear. Therefore, as Rabbi Yosef Zichron Levacha writes, he says, look at the Gemara in Sanhedrin. The Gemara in Sanhedrin relates a similar story where Yerushalayim was under danger by King Assyria. It was the time of Chizkiyahu HaMelech, and 185,000 of the Syrian army were killed in one night through a miracle. And then Midas Adin came and said, Chizkiyahu, you should have said Shira. We would have made you into Mashiach if you would have said Shira. So I suggest, this halachically, first of all, someone says Hallel after davening. So to say the full Hallel, that's a whole shaila. But to stop and sing to Hashem, take one part of Hallel, one Tehillim, and say, Ribono Shel Olam, thank you so much that we have Yerushalayim, that we have Eretz Yisrael, that we have a place where there's Yom Yerushalayim is actually also termed as Yom Ichud, because it unified. Yom Yerushalayim itself represents Ir Shechuba Lo Yachtov. It's something so precious, and it's something to definitely say thank you to, and to thank really everyone that's involved, specifically to go over to Chayalim and say thank you. To ask them for a bracha is the Gevaldik Azach, such a chizuk. I once had such a mice. I was in the Tachana Merkazit. I went over to a Chayal. I said, give me a bracha. Of course, they would look at you so strange. And then I told him, Chaim Shmulevitz. Out of all people, Chaim Shmulevitz, Rosh Hashiva Mir, not. But he's the one that said that the Chayalei Eretz Yisrael, the Chayalim of Tzva Haganah Yisrael of Tzahal, are compared to Haruge Lut, which the Gemara in Maseches Baba Basra says, Ein af echad nichnas b'mchitzasan. They go into a place no one else can. It gives you an appreciation of what we have, and hopefully this today should only bring shalom, achdus in Klal Yisrael. Have a great day.